Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Vibe Channel with Angel Confetti, aka the channel. That's me. We're welcoming you this evening. I am so glad that you joined us. You are probably listening to us on A1R Psychic Radio or possibly Moonstruck TV or one of our other apps. But we are so glad, no matter how you listen or watch us, that you are here with us this week. Hopefully you're having a really good week. Here it has been extremely hot again. We got a little bit of relief, but I'll tell you what's been driving me more crazy than all this heat is this full moon. Oh my gosh, I hope that you have been receiving these energies gently and that you've been taking care of yourself, but this full moon that we have been having for the last 24 hours here has been bringing in some really big energy shifts. And if you've been feeling a little out of it, possibly fatigued more than usual, maybe having shifts of energy that go from one extreme to the next. One moment you have lots of energy and you're motivated to get a lot done, and then the next minute you're just wiped out, not sleeping well or sleeping way too much, little dizzy, headaches. All of that can be natural and normal from these energy shifts. So just make sure you take extra good care of yourself, get the rest that you need, drink lots of water, eat healthy, and it'll help make it minimize the symptoms. But it's a good thing because we're bringing in positive, higher vibrational energies that are going to help us actually release a lot of the old stuff that we don't need any longer and bring in and make room for a more incredible life for ourselves. So I hope that you're not suffering too much, but if you didn't know that's what was causing it, hopefully that gives you some peace of mind to know that it's not just you. Full moons really do make people crazy. Sometimes in a good way, sometimes not. But it will be moving out here soon, just in time for new stuff to come through, right? That's how it always works. But what we're going to do this week is I have a little topic that I'd like to talk about. And the theme of this show this week is called, What's Your Sign? Now, back in the 80s and 90s, the funny, hilarious comedian I am a big fan of, Jeff Foxworthy, had an entire line of comedy shows that he did about around the theme of here's your sign or what's your sign. He worded it different ways based on what he was saying with that particular show, but they even created music videos around it, all kinds of merchandise, and it became a really funny hit for their comedy show that he did with several other comedians as well. And that's always kind of stuck with me, and whenever I hear here's your sign or what's your sign, I think of that. And it really helps with a particular topic that I think is really important for us to talk about spiritually. And that is, wouldn't it be great if we had a sign written right across our forehead that let people know what to expect from us? To let them know what kind of a person we are, what kind of ethics we have, what kind of morals code we live by, whether we're be a good friend or a good employee or a horrible boyfriend, whatever the case is, it would make life much easier, right? Well, unfortunately, we don't. And we have to judge people, whether we want to or not, based on first impressions and what they give us with their actions and their words. But it's crazy because we go through life using signs from the time that we're born, sometimes before we're even born. Like, as an infant, a newborn in the hospital, we're immediately given a name, and it's written on a little card that then is put in our bassinet so that everybody in the nursery, all the caregivers, and everybody knows that this is baby Confetti, this is baby Lawrence, or whoever your name, the baby is. Everybody knows. Even mom is given a bracelet, which is another sign stating that this is the baby's mom. Sometimes dad gets one. The baby gets an ankle one or a wrist bracelet saying who they are. So we use signs to state our names. At school, children have their names printed on their desks the first week of school. A little sign stating who sits here, who this desk belongs to. Then we oftentimes put their names on their doors of their rooms or hang a sign with their name or even their picture in their room. Then as we get older, we have nameplates at our office, at our desk, and we even make little signs this big called business cards that tell people about what type of business we do, the name of our business, some of our credentials. We use signs to give our credentials, to show what we've earned in the form of a degree, a certification, a driver's license. All of these things give valuable information about who we are. So when we get pulled over by the police or we have to apply for a job, we hand these signs to the police or the employer to show them who we are. It's something a little more credible than just the words coming from your mouth. And yet we have no other way to know somebody until we have to actually engage with them and experience their actions to find out who they truly are underneath everything, and often underneath a facade and a face that they put on that isn't even really who they are. And we don't really see who they truly are till much too late sometimes in a relationship with them, or whatever type of relationship. But here's the point of all of this. Even though some people, most of the time we don't have that kind of a sign written across our forehead, oftentimes people are more honest about who they are than we realize. And they may stand us up or break a date, or same thing as standing up, but I mean even a job, you know, call in sick their first week of work, or do something that is a warning sign to us almost right off the bat. But we oftentimes want to give people the benefit of the doubt, and we want to trust, which is good, by the way, and that doesn't mean you're wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. But we'll tend to make excuses for that person, and we'll oftentimes overlook those things even though it's written right there for us to see. Then sometimes they even make it very obvious, and they do something that's a really big red flag, and we still miss it. But the person's screaming, "This is who I am. Why aren't you taking it at face value? Why aren't you getting it?" They might not be saying that, but everything about them is saying that. Your spirit guides are telling you, this person's trying to tell you they're a bad guy. And yet we still don't get the sign. So I just want us to start realizing that sometimes people have that sign written right across their face, and we'll get upset, and we'll get really upset if somebody does something that hurts us right off the bat in the beginning of a relationship. But yet we'll still give them another chance, or we'll make excuses for them, when really what we need to do is wake up and read the sign. And if they just like cut it off or stand us up or ghost us, as they call it nowadays, or just turn on your friendship suddenly, whatever it is, don't get so upset. Don't be so quick to be saddened by that. If anything, they're doing you a favor, because they're being upfront and honest, showing you their true colors right from the get-go. And oftentimes that's Spirit's way of intervening, stepping in, having something happen, and helping them to show us their true colors early enough so that we don't invest our time and our energy into this person just to find out later down the line and have it be much more painful that this person wasn't worth investing in. So before I take my first caller, I just want you to ask yourself, if you had a sign written across your forehead, what would it say? What would it be? You'll have to excuse my handwritten signs here, but if this was across my forehead or yours, would your sign say trustworthy? Would your sign say, sorry here if you can see it, not such a good sign here. Would your sign say understanding? Or would it say deception, deceptive liar, not worth your time? And you know what? I want us to think about everything that we do from the get-go within interacting with people and having relationships with people. We are putting out signs of who we truly are. And we need to be honest about that from the very beginning, not fake. We need to be true to ourselves and true to the person that we're dealing with, to let them see us as we are from the beginning and show them from the get-go exactly who we are, so that by the end of our life, our most important sign that's going to be left once we're gone, also called a tombstone or an epitaph on a tombstone, you want it to say something beautiful and meaningful. And I don't think you can read this, but mine, if I could have mine say anything, mine would say, Angel Confetti changed the world with love. So you have beginning signs from the get-go that you expose people to, that tell them a little about who you are. But by the end, when your time is up, you want to think about, through your lifetime, excuse me, how you want people to remember you and what you want to be remembered by and for, and what do you want your biggest sign to say once you're gone. So that's looking at yourself and what your sign is. But when you're looking at other people and building relationships with others, and they show you their true sign right off the bat and who they really are, don't take it personally. Don't get upset. Thank them. You don't have to thank them in real life. You can just say it to yourself in your head. Part ways and know that they did you a favor. They did you a good, and they exposed who they truly were, even though they might not have said it. They showed you with their actions right off the bat who they were and whether they were worth your time and energy. And then take a moment to thank Spirit that you didn't find out the hard way later down the line when so much more is invested. But I know me as an empath, and I know a lot of us out here are super sensitive, we tend to take everything personal and think, oh, they stopped calling me. I must not be good enough. There must be something about me that is making them not want to go out again or be my friend. No, they're telling you they're not the right friend for you. And that's a blessing. So try to just look at things from a different perspective from now on when things like that happen, but always being conscious of what your sign is saying and what kind of signs you're putting out there for others. And if we do that, we can really change the world for the better and have all of our signs at the end showing that we change this world as a collective together. So I'd like to go to a caller now, and it looks like we have Rhonda on the line from Columbus, Ohio. Rhonda, are you here with me?
Yes, I am.
Hi, Rhonda. Welcome to the
Can you hear
Vibe
me?
channel. Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay, good. How are you this evening?
I'm good.
Good. And what can I do for you? Do you have a question for me?
I do. It's kind of difficult situation.
Okay.
I worked at a job, and for the first year, I got really close with the boss. And by the second through the fifth year, we had an affair.
Okay.
The wife found out. I lost my job. I haven't really spoke to him much in the last 9 months. But the last 3 months, he's been more in contact. I'm just trying to see what this relationship is going to be, could be. He says he can't leave. I think it's more like an arranged marriage.
Okay.
But he's very unhappy.
Sure. Okay.
So I'm just trying to see kind of what the future could hold.
Sure. Well, I'm connecting with your spirit guides, your loved ones on the other side, to get some information about this relationship for you. But even while you were talking, the first thing that came to my mind was, unfortunately, I feel the energy around this guy really is tied up. Like, he feels, whether he even though he has a choice in the matter, he really does feel like he does not have a choice, that he has to stay in this relationship with her. And
that's what he said.
Yeah, and unfortunately, until he gets beyond that feeling of entrapment, which is kind of the emotion that I'm feeling from him, he's not going to be able to commit. I hate to say it. I feel like he really does care about you, where some situations like this, you can just tell right off the bat, this person's not worth investing in. They're only being selfish. And I don't feel that way about this particular relationship or this energy. I feel like he does care about you tremendously. And I feel like he feels bad, and he does feel guilty for not being able to commit to you. But I do feel like there's just, I hate to say it, Rhonda, but I don't feel like there's any future here because I feel like he's not going to ever open up and let go of that fear of leaving this situation. Whatever's keeping him there and making him feel trapped there, I don't feel him coming out of that anytime soon. And I hate to say it, but it's kind of like what I was just talking about. I feel like he's pretty much showing you his cards. He's showing you his sign up front, and I understand that's really hard to see and take because I'm sure there's some strong feelings there. But I hate to say it, I really do feel like there's someone so much better out there for you that's better suited to your personality, better suited to make you happier, and is going to be capable and able to commit to you and give you what you need that's out there. And I feel like if you get stuck in this relationship and trying to give it too much time and energy, you might miss out on the better relationship that's actually meant to be for you. So I would never tell you what to do. I'm just sharing with you what I'm feeling and experiencing from this. And I feel like if you continue to put in the time and effort with him, that's totally fine. That's up to you as to how you're, what you're going to get out of that. But if you're looking for a commitment, I don't think you're going to get that out of this particular relationship. Sorry to say that, but I do feel like there's somebody out there for you. It's still a few years down the line as far as being running into this person and it being serious enough as far as a total full-time, like lifelong commitment. But I do feel like he is not that far off from you actually starting this relationship, as long as you're open and paying attention to him when he comes around, and you're not tied up in another relationship with somebody else and you totally miss him. So if it was me, and this is just what I'm getting from them, the opinion for myself is, no matter how much I care about him, I would probably set myself free so that I don't miss out on the real love of my life that can give me everything that I need. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, Rhonda, I hope that helps. I'm sorry if that's not what you wanted to hear. I just want to be honest with you because I don't want to see you hurt.
It's too late for that.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
You told me what I needed to know.
True love is out there for you, though, okay? So hang in there and don't lose hope because it's right around the corner. Just a couple years down the line, I see something coming through that's really going to make you happy.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rhonda. You're welcome. Good luck with everything. Yeah. Okay,
you
take
too.
care.
Thank you.
Thanks. Okay, I do want to go to another caller before we have to wrap up, and it looks like we have Dana from Palm Springs, California. Dana, are you ready?
I am.
Hi, Dana. Welcome
Hello.
to the show.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing okay.
That's good. What can I do for you this evening?
Well, I wanted to see if I can ask you a couple of questions. I wanted to know if I'm on the right path as far as career.
Okay. And what's the other question? Go ahead and tell me the other one.
The other question I would like to ask if you have any messages for me. I recently went through a devastating loss, and I was wondering if you had any messages.
Okay, sure. Let me see who all is here for you. Okay. As far as your job, I feel like you're on the right path. Like you're
okay.
This particular path that you're going down can be very successful. I feel like Spirit is basically just warning me or warning you that not to get too comfortable in your comfort zone with the next couple of steps that come up on this career path. What they mean by that is not that there's anything wrong with where you're headed. The path is the right path, but the actual position, they're just telling me, I don't know exactly what they mean by this, but when the time comes, you'll know what it means and you'll know how to handle it. They're saying just make sure you never settle and don't get too complacent in comfort zone that you're afraid to step out and take that leap and those extra opportunities when they come forward. Don't settle
Okay.
and sell yourself short is what they're telling me. That any big opportunities that come that you are interested in, that you would like to pursue, don't kind of let that comfort zone think, well, I know what I have here, and I know this is safe and this is secure. They're saying, no, 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 don't sell yourself short and don't settle, because you are worth so much more. And this job in this position per se is good, and it's fine, and it's not wrong. But you can even dream bigger and better because you are that good and that capable. So yeah, I feel like you're going in the right direction. But
Thank you.
keep your eyes and ears open for those opportunities and be willing to take that leap. But most importantly, believe in yourself, because Spirit is telling me you absolutely are completely capable of whatever it is that comes available that you want to do. And they're telling me several different opportunities are going to come up here in the coming year or so, next few months to a year, that you're going to be able to make some different choices to just kind of still be in the same path, but just, you know, potential raises or higher up positions that will give you bigger opportunity. As far as people that are coming through for you, I'm feeling, I don't know if this is who you were referring to as your loss, your bigger loss, but right away, I feel like a brotherly type energy. Who would be a brother or like a brother? This could be like a best friend, or it could be somebody really close to you that lost a brother, but was, but I would be hearing the word brother because it's like a brotherly relationship.
Yeah, he was, yes, my brother, and he was my best friend. So you're correct.
Okay. I just don't assume that it's a brother just because they say brother, because it could be a best friend that is like a brother, or it can even be your partner's brother that you were very close to. Yes, I'm hearing loud and clear this brother energy is here with you and is with you a lot. I mean, it's actually very funny because I'm getting, he even showed me like, I think he's just trying to make you laugh, but he even showed me like a shower, like to kind of shake you up and make you giggle, that even in the shower, I'm right there. And not technically, of course, they're not with us in the shower, but he just wants you to know that even in the most intimate, personal times that you might feel alone, and might not feel like you have anybody with you, he's still with you, and he has no boundaries now to keep from being there for you. And he's saying that he doesn't have the restrictions that he had before, so he is by your side 100%. He's saying that he feels that there have been times that you know that he's there, you know in your mind that he's with you, but you still feel very, very lonely and are having a hard time adapting to the change in the relationship, and
absolutely
hard time, you know, perceiving it as it is now versus as it was then. And he just really wants to encourage you and let you know that, you know, we're just biding our time till we're back together, able to hug each other again. But until then, I'm still there with you at all times. And he does want me to tell you that he loves you very, very dearly. And I can feel that personally. So is there anything you want to ask him before we wrap up? Because that's his main message for you, is he just doesn't want you to feel lonely. He doesn't want you to feel ever that he's not there, because he is.
Okay.
But did you have
around 2 weeks ago, I was asleep, and I felt like someone come from behind and like hugged me. Was that him?
Yes, because he actually showed me just a second ago, when I was talking about the shower, because I went on about that, he actually showed me like you sitting on a couch or larger chair, and he putting his arms around you like from the back. Now, I don't know if that was that specific time, but that was his way of saying that he is there reaching out to you, trying to hug you. And that's why he used the words, or had me use the words, until we're reunited and hug again, and we're able to hug each other again. He is definitely trying to get your attention. So,
yeah, I've seen him.
Yes, and thank you. I'm glad for that validation, because he says she knows that I'm there. She does. It's just really hard for her to wrap her mind around the fact that she can't hear me talk back to her when she talks to me.
Yes.
He says, but I'm definitely right there with her at all times. I hear everything that she says, and I'm there for her through everything, and I always will be. He keeps saying, this is just temporary. This is just temporary.
Okay.
That we are together now, but we're going to be reunited again. And I'm here waiting for you, is what he said.
Awesome.
And he just keeps saying, tell her I love her. He says, because I didn't tell her enough when I was there, is what he said. So he just really
he was very shy. I knew.
Yeah, yeah. And
I knew. Can I ask you one more question?
Yeah, real quick. I got like 2 minutes.
As far as my personal life, my personal relationship, is that going to work out?
Personal relationship. Okay. You know what? I feel like this energy around this particular relationship is comfortable, and that it's okay and it's good, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I feel like they're telling me it's fine, it's good, and it's okay if you choose to be with somebody else. I know this sounds weird, and I hate the fact that I have limited time, but basically what they're saying is, I feel like this relationship can and will work out, but at the same time, you have a couple other soulmates out there. We have more than one soulmate, is what I am told by Spirit, and that you have a couple more soulmates out there in this world that you can learn from if you choose to move on to somebody else. That this relationship can or will work out if you want it to, but if it doesn't work out, not to be discouraged, because there's somebody else out there that you can learn from and enjoy and have a great relationship with as well. I hate to do it. I have to wrap up, Dina, but thank you so much for calling.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You have a wonderful evening.
I appreciate you. You too.
Thank you. Too. Thank you. Thanks, and God bless. Okay, everyone, thank you so much. I hate this time when I have to wrap up because I love spending it with you. But thank you for joining me. Please check my website out at thevibechannel.com. Check me out on social media at Angel the Channel or the Vibe Channel. And you know what? Join me, follow me so that we can have some more fun. Next week, come back again the same time, and I'll be right here to be with you. Until then, don't forget to love one another. I love you all. Namaste.